or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you want to come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
This is Mommy's jam.
Then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome to 93.7 The Ticket on Lincoln Sports Talk Radio. This is Peter Ferguson with Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and on the ones and twos again is Mr. Harrison. Glad to see you this morning.
Yeah, as always, it's some mornings are better to be here than others. I'll put it that way. But as I always say, at least this is a feel-good hour. So anything that was negative yesterday, again, this is a great hour. You guys can always tune in throughout the entire show, 402-464-5685, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, channel 951. But yeah, good pick-me-up show. If you watched yesterday, This is a great show to tune into. And if you're listening, we're glad to have you.
No, definitely. And like I said, we always want to focus on the positive. And I don't know. It sounds like maybe something went on yesterday. I don't know.
I didn't catch it. I don't know. I was outside my radar. I have no idea.
No, hey, we got a full show and excited about the guests that we have in studio again out here at 1040 O Street. I still kind of marvel. It's my third time in, but it's one of the things we didn't mention last week. We're a year in, Harrison. A year in on Bigger Than the Score.
Is it officially a year now?
Yeah, I think the first show was like September 25th of last year. I was looking at some of the old, clips and everything and saw it at the old studio. And I was like, man, okay, we're at a year anniversary.
I can always kind of tell because we have all the podcasts archived and you got quite a folder. Yeah. It's building up. So that doesn't surprise me. We're up to a year now. But yeah, man, who would have thought this show? And it's kind of been crazy. I said it before, but when Derek Pearson, the owner of the station, he brought this show up and I was like, we'll see how this goes. I'm a little nervous to see what I have ready.
You're like, I'm not bringing another ball brother in here. We got AD, and all of a sudden you want to bring Pete in. We want some people with hair. That's what you were doing, Harry.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. But no, it's been great. The show, and you deserve a shout out to the guests you bring on throughout the LPS school, and not just scholars, but teachers, educators as well. And I think it's kind of good for people to understand, those are leaders in our community. They're going to have a big part in the youth. So give them a platform, be able to hear these guys on a weekly basis. I know a lot of people are tuning in, and you deserve credit too for just a year going strong, and it's become a great product, and it only gets better every week. And a big part of that is the guests we bring in every week as well.
Well, it's been fantastic, and I have to give a shout out to you. I don't think you get enough credit. Just making the young people feel comfortable when they come in the studio. Many of the families just really praise and say, this was a phenomenal experience. And sometimes they come in just shaking and nervous, and then it's like when they leave, you're just like, they're like asking, can I come back, or when can I come back? And so, definitely a shout out to you. You're behind the scenes and don't get a lot of that affirmation you deserve. But, it's Sunday, October 1st. It's hard to believe we're already in October and kind of moving. Yeah, we had a, Husker Saturday yesterday, but a lot of other things going on across the area. Big slate of intercity matchups on the football side. We've got conference, opportunities going on, whether it be cross country. We're going to talk a little bit about that with golf. You're looking at tennis, you're looking at softball, just across the area from an athletic standpoint. Shout out to the Northwest. I think it was One Act. They did their first performance in their facility after being in school for a year. I know Lincoln High did a One Act as well. And so I just think things are really kind of gearing up and really moving. It's that busy time of year, whether it be from the high school level, college level, all the way down to that elementary school level. So this for me was the first Saturday in a while that I did not have to travel. So UNK volleyball had the weekend off. And so that was, it was nice in a way just to kind of relax. Taylor Swift took over Kansas City. I don't think it's going to be the same for the next 2 weeks because Beyonce is there tonight.
Oh my Lord.
So I mean, Kansas City is like Super Bowl. I mean, the Royals don't even exist anymore. And then Beyonce's running the town. So, that place is probably the mecca of the Midwest right now. Nobody even knew there was a football game yesterday here.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'll say this much. I didn't, ESPN, they were getting a lot of slack for too much Colorado stuff, but Taylor Swift being the tail end after all the Colorado, it's kind of funny to see, but, yeah, no, it's interesting. And kind of what you said, this point of the year, you have a lot of sports. I think we're week 6 going into football now. So things are kind of starting to shake out for football. I know basketball, a lot of those guys are getting ready. They had opening day for
Friday.
Yep,
Friday
opening day for college hoops. Yeah. And I know obviously as soon as the football season's over, that starts up right away too. Yeah. So it's a busy time for a lot of student athletes, especially the ones that go from football to basketball. I remember it, especially if you're going deep into the playoffs. Right. It's a quick turnaround. It's a lot for these students. And it's a good, fun time, but I know it can also be stressful. So I'm kind of curious to kind of see when we do get to our guests, where they're at with the crazy schedule that goes on, but an exciting time nonetheless.
No, and like I said, it's that transition, that multi-involved, not in just athlete, but just multi-involved individual.
You mentioned One Act as well.
Yeah, you're hitting that area of studies and that fall, that kind of semester or quarter, break where you've been in a school for about 6 weeks and you've got some things that you need to do. So, I think it's just it's a lot all the way around. But, with that being said, I kind of want to segue a little bit because we've got one of those multi-involved individuals, Ellie Honens. And Ellie I've known for a while, and Ellie's been on before. Ellie was one of our inaugural guests.
She's seen the upgrade.
Yeah, she came in, she goes, what was the first thing you commented on, Ellie?
Ginormous chairs.
Yeah, she talked about the chairs. I love how everybody gets different aspects. Some like the windows and everything else, the headphones that don't scratch your ears. She was like, the chairs. The chairs are what it's about. But Ellie is a senior over at Lincoln East High School. She is also participating, multi-involved in a lot of different ways in golf. But Ellie, tell us a little bit about just who's in your family.
So I have a mom and a dad. My mom is a teacher and my dad is like kind of in the golf industry. And then I have a younger brother who also goes to East. He's his freshman year, so that's
Okay.
pretty exciting. I say hi to him in the hallway.
Awesome.
He loves it.
Does he, when you come up and behind me, he's like, hey, give me a hug. Show me that love. Show me the love, Carter. Show me the
Yeah,
love.
That's what I do.
All right.
And then I have a younger sister who's 4. Her name's Nora, so she is running right now.
Okay.
She's got a bundle of energy, so that's what she's doing.
Awesome. And so as you talk a little bit about, you talked about your folks. Can you give their names? You talked about your mom and dad, but kind of give them a shout out name wise so people can say, I heard your daughter this morning.
Oh, my mom's name is Erin Honens, and she's a 2nd grade teacher, so she's very busy. And my dad's name is David Honens, and he's kind of running stuff right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's he doing this morning? I know he's listening, so he told me what he was doing. Well, he told me he was out marking a course for a tournament for tomorrow. So he legitimately was like, I said, you to come here, your dad. He's like, I'm gonna be a bad dad. I gotta go I'm marking a course for a tournament.
At least he's listening.
Yeah. So he was out there, David. Shout out to you as well. So you've had a great week in a lot of different ways. You're, like I said, you're on the Lincoln East golf team, and you all had the hack tournament or city tournament, excuse me. And hack, and you did something special. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and share the bag on that.
Okay, so the background to us is Southwest. We've been kind of close the entire year.
Okay.
And we've just been behind them, and we won the first tournament. Ever since then, they've beat us, which shout out to them because they're a really good team.
Okay.
But until like this last tournament, we finally kind of put it together and really worked hard this last week, and we got the dub. So it was really fun. Our team did awesome.
Okay. And so for those seasoned professionals out there that don't understand what got the dub means, that's the win.
Yes.
They took the title out there. And so we're always about educating on that vocabulary for some of our seasoned listeners out there. But so you took the title, great team effort. And then individually, how did you do?
Oh, I won.
Okay, see, right.
That's not the important part.
We're just gonna line you up with Jake Sorensen or something like that. Like it's just like, I won. Okay, fantastic. So, talk a little bit about. You talked. Have you always grown up here in Lincoln? And then kind of how did you get to East High?
So yeah, I went to Cahoe Elementary School, then Mickle Middle School, and I had to kind of choose between Northeast or Lincoln East, and it was basically just I lived closer to East, so I kind of just decided to go there, and yeah, I played basketball there. I do orchestra there. I quit basketball junior year for golf just to pursue that more, and I'm still in orchestra now, and I'm loving it at East. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. See right there, Harrison. I'm class of 91. I'm a class of 91 right here. So go Spartans, Spartans. Orchestra, what instrument?
I play the cello.
Cello. Okay. See, Harrison, I've said this before. I don't even know if Harrison remembers. I was in orchestra and band as well.
I remember
you
telling
remember?
me that.
Remember
yeah.
what instrument?
The flute.
No.
The clarinet.
The clarinet.
Dang it.
The clarinet. I battled for last chair for 3.5 years. 3.5 years I battled for last chair. So
that's a battle.
Yeah, you got to hold that down because people try to compete with you on that and everything. So you talked about you're multi-involved in a lot of different things. I know obviously we'll speak more on golf with our other guests and you as well. But what kind of guided you to get involved in different things? Like what did you try when you were younger and how did that help shape you to who you are today?
Yeah, I did a lot of different things when I was younger. I played soccer, basketball, and golf and cross country were my main ones. I actually played basketball for you from 5th grade to 8th grade, was it?
Yeah.
5th grade to 8th grade, and then kind of summer leagues in high school. And yeah, it just really shaped me in a way of like learning attitude and effort and how important it is like in life and sports and stuff. It really helped me get used to the busyness of life because I mean, when you're playing a lot of sports, you're a little bit busy. So yeah, so it really helped with my time management and just learning how to schedule things with school and that. Cause I mean, especially right now with golf, you miss a lot of school. So
Awesome.
just learning how to create a calendar and manage my time is super important. So yeah.
You talked about the development of like attitude and effort.
Mhm.
And so how maybe does that align with everything that you do, not just athletically, but as you've grown up, like where have you seen some success and applied that? And then where have you seen when there's challenges that you're like, okay, I need to reflect on that to kind of have the success that I want to have?
Yeah, so definitely with school, I struggle a lot in math. So
Okay.
having like a good attitude in the sense of I go in early, and going in early is kind of hard for me because waking up early is just not my thing.
Okay.
But you know,
So this was a big feat right here to get you to come.
ginormous.
I was gonna say you made it. You made it. You're
I'm
doing good
here.
so
I mean,
far.
I was a minute late, but I made it. So yeah, just having a good attitude and giving my 100% in while I'm in for the morning, and then in class for the second time that day. And yeah, so I've seen some success in that with the help of my teachers and my friends sitting next to me during math class. Yeah, I've seen my grade is really good, so I'm
Okay.
really happy with it.
Well, you might have to work with us on the math thing. I think I leveled out at some point. So, well, we want to kind of get more into kind of your journey as you've experienced with golf. You're really acclaimed, and you're being very, very modest in a lot of ways. And so, you are a University of Nebraska of Omaha commit for the golf team with scholarship. So you're and so we'll talk a little bit more about that. But we also have two other guests as well. Seth Scholar from the PGA. He's got a long couple titles. I'm just saying PGA Reach is like managing partner, director. I don't want to, add more things onto your plate and then go back. It's like, what file did you give him? It's like, stick to your job. And then we've got Zed, who's a scholar who's experienced, just, kind of got us, a little bit of taste of golf. And has been enjoying it. And so want to bring them in, kind of talk about what the PGA's done to kind of expand that, like you said, PGA Reach, what they've done to expand the reach to, engage individuals, make individuals more aware of that game and that opportunity. And Zed, definitely want to learn about him and maybe he got a little taste. Did he get the golf bug and what that might look like for others in his experience? So you'll be back on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Final Score, with Pete Ferguson and Harrison on the ones and twos.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson with Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, joined on the ones and twos with Harrison. Beautiful Sunday morning on October 1st. Like I said, I wanted to open up with Tony. It's our anniversary since we're a year. Harrison, don't let anybody ever tell you you're afraid of commitment. We've been here for the whole year, so
that's facts.
It's been a heck of a relationship. So we'll keep rolling. But no, we've had a heck of an opening so far, and we have had Ellie, who is a senior over at Lincoln East High School, a University of Nebraska Omaha commit, multi-involved. But we focused a little bit on her experience and adventure in golf, and then we introduced Seth, who is the manager. Or hang on, I want to make sure I get exactly your role. Is the managing director of the Nebraska section of the PGA and PGA Reach.
Nailed it.
Do we want to add anything else onto that, or what? How does that all fit on the business card? Or do you just do an animation?
I just tell people I'm in golf.
Okay. And then we got Scholar Zed. Czar Zed over there is just cool as the other side of the pillow, just kind of nodding his head, bouncing up and down like there's the beat going on. But Ellie, kind of maybe to start on that conversation, just a little bit, like, how did you get into golf? I know you talked about your dad is the director of the Nebraska section of the PGA, but like, was that just there was no decision? It was like, no, you're going to golf, or what elements just attracted you to it, and then kind of why'd you stick with it?
Yeah, so I've kind of always played it because my dad and mom both played in high school and college.
Okay.
So yeah, I've always played it until COVID. I was actually going to go into cross country my 9th grade year.
Wow.
Until then, well, that happened. I didn't really have any motivation to run anymore. So, the golf courses were open. So I was like, shoot, like my brother's really into this golf stuff, like he loves to play and he's going to the golf course every day and I'm just not doing anything. So might as well go golfing. So
Okay.
that's really how I got into it. And then I just fell in love with it ever since then. It's really just helped me and given me so many opportunities.
Awesome. So, Seth, when you hear something like that, first off, just tell us a little bit about who you are. Have you always lived in Lincoln? How did you roll into the role that you have now? And then kind of how did golf touch you?
Yeah, and first of all, Pete and Harrison, thanks for having us on today. And this show is truly great. It's fun to listen to and follow all week. And But yeah, my golf journey. So I grew up in small town Ponca, Nebraska. Give a shout out.
Okay, Hardington over here.
There
I
you
played
go.
you guys enough.
Cedar Catholic.
Yep, Cedar Catholic.
Oh man. Harrison, we're gonna have to talk after.
Yeah, I might need 2 hours on this one. But go ahead.
All right. But no, grew up in Ponca, Nebraska. Got a great little 9-hole golf course up there called Highland Oaks. Grew up on that, a buddy and I. It started off just we kind of went out looking for golf balls. Mom dropped us off just to kill, the day and looked for golf balls, sold golf balls. I'm like, hey, we should try this game someday. So played golf growing up and came to the University of Nebraska here. I was actually going to go into education.
Okay.
Went through that for 1 year and spring came rolling around, got the golf itch a little bit and found out about this program called the PGA Golf Management here at the university. I'm like, wow, that sounds awesome. So I went and got a tour and became a PGA professional in 2014 and been working with David Honens, the Nebraska PGA since 2017. And sorry for the whole, managing director, but
No, I like I said, I think that's cool in a lot of ways. And so, your role, what does your role entail? Both those, that manager director and then the PGA Reach.
Yeah, so we're unique. So we, Nebraska PGA, we represent PGA professionals all across Nebraska, a little bit of Iowa, South Dakota. But specifically what I do is I manage our foundation called PGA Reach Nebraska, which is fairly new. It's been around for 10 years now, but we've really been kicking up the programs here in the last few years. And so I kind of oversee our foundation. Our mission is to positively impact people's lives through the game of golf. And we've got some great programs that help do that.
Awesome. And I want to get back in a little bit more about that, but we've got Scholar Zed over here, and Scholar Zed has kind of gotten bit by the golf bug a little bit. But Zed, before we get into you and your connection to golf, tell us a little bit about who you are. Have you always lived here in Lincoln? And then also tell us a little bit who's in your family.
Yeah, I was born in Omaha, and then I moved to Lincoln when I was 5. So, yeah, and then stayed here for the rest of my life. And then I have my mom, Pam, my dad, Seth, and my little sister, Layla, and my little brother, Judah.
Awesome. And they're all here in the studio. So I told them, like, between sessions before our third segment, they're going to have to get out front. We'll see if we can get them on camera, and you got your little, the support crew and everything else like that.
Yep.
So where do you go to school, Zed?
I go to Leffler Middle School.
Okay. And what grade are you in?
I'm in 6th grade.
All right. What's the best part about Leffler Middle School right now?
Just the community, and I just like all my friends, and the teachers are really nice there.
Awesome. And so I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who's a teacher you want to give a shout out to?
Miss Kenny,
Okay.
my humanities teacher. She's just been really kind to us and let us eat in class. So yeah.
Oh, eating in class. What are you eating in class? Harrison and I might be showing up on Monday.
Just eating a few snacks, handing out snacks, basically. Yeah.
Okay, if it gets a buffet or something like that, you need to let us know. They do like Heavenly Waffles or Mary Ellen's, then we need to know what time that humanities class is. We'll be a guest speaker. Well, I want to go back to Seth before we kind of that connect with golf. Seth, so you talked about like outreach to just the greater community and growing the game of golf. There's kind of maybe a stereotype of who plays golf right now, and so maybe talk a little bit about what that is, and then how is the Nebraska section really working hard, because I've seen you all to kind of increase awareness, access, and advocacy for individuals to be touched by the game.
Yeah. I mean, the game of golf has been around for many, many years, obviously. And then COVID hit, and we saw a huge spike in golf, which is great. I think it kind of got people out of the house, like Ellie said here, and really got to enjoy what the game was and learn about the game. But a little bit about what we do to kind of break down barriers. Our foundation, PGA Reach Nebraska, and working alongside our PGA professionals, we're working hard every day to get more people to play the game of golf. And several different, opportunities we have, but I'll mention one here that, in 2018, because I'm sitting next to Ellie Honens here, but was really how do we get more girls to play the game of golf, as everybody, but, how do we get more females playing the game of golf? We did a survey with all the Nebraska high schools and just trying to identify what barriers are out there. Why aren't more girls playing golf? And we got the results back, and we had great feedback from all the ADs and high school coaches across Nebraska. And one of the barriers were clubs. And so we identified that clubs are a barrier. So we started a program called Clubs for Youth. I know Lincoln Northwest and Lincoln Northeast were recipients of that this year. And essentially, we come in and we equip the high school girls golf team with brand new Callaway golf clubs, push carts, kind of everything they need to be successful and have the resources they need to compete. So
Awesome. And yeah, and I've seen firsthand kind of just your not only just the outreach, but the commitment to ensuring that game grows. Then I want to go to you a little bit of just like what has been your connection, your exposure to golf? I know you had a unique experience, I believe, this summer, but what did you know prior to that experience about golf? And then what was that experience you had this summer?
So yeah, I was the person who got the highest driver,
Okay.
the furthest driver. So yeah, I really liked that, and I got noticed for that. And just yeah, all my friends being there and meeting new people even for a new school. So yeah, I
Awesome.
liked it.
So what did you know about golf before you even had the experience? And we'll expand on what that experience was. But what did you know about golf before you went to Double Eagle and did this summer experience?
Well, I didn't really know a lot about golf. Just I didn't even know what clubs to use and stuff. But like once I came to Double Eagle, they taught me how to use the clubs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And Ellie, Seth talked about a little bit about just getting more females engaged in the game and being aware of the game. You're in a family and a household of individuals who played it. And so what was your perception of golf as a young female? Just, did you see it as something that was for you, an opportunity for you? Did you think it was kind of something like, that's just, I want to play basketball. I want to do cross country. Like what was your, just what was your perception of it?
When I was younger, I kind of just did it for fun. I was like, I didn't feel like there was anyone like forcing me to play or anything stopping me from playing because I was just so blessed with the opportunity to have the resources that I need to learn and grow and play the game. But yeah, I kind of fell in love with it
Okay.
once I, in a way, was kind of forced to play it by
So
COVID. I was just like, I didn't have anything to do, so might as well just do this. And once I really like got the golf bug, I was just like, well, I'm all in now.
Wow.
So yeah.
So Seth, what are you seeing as some of the barriers? I think we talked about perceptions, but what are you seeing as also some of the barriers or biases about the game that the PGA is trying to break down?
Yeah, I mean, I think accessibility, the resources, having the equipment. I mean, let's face it, golf's not a cheap sport to play. You got to have all the clubs and equipment. You got to be able to have the access, and not just us, but our partners in the community as well are really trying to break down those barriers, right? Like here in Lincoln, we got a little golf course called Jim Egger.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this place is, in my opinion, it's got the best greens in town. I mean, it's fantastic. But they do a fantastic job of a welcoming environment. They get kids down there, adults, beginners, advanced players, doesn't matter, right? And so just kind of creating that welcoming environment to people and letting out anybody can play it, right? And it's I think it's what, $12 to play
Yeah.
or less than that. If you're a kid, they got these youth on course cards you can play for $5 or less. I mean, it's pretty accessible. We got some clubs down there now for anybody to use for free for kids. So it's just working with the community and our PGA professionals of, identifying those barriers and then, sticking to our word of, how can we get more people playing the game of golf?
Awesome. So Zed, what's the best part so far in your young golf career? What's been the best part of golf for you?
Just the opportunities I get. And like right now, I get to be on the radio, so that's
Okay.
really nice.
There you go,
So,
Harrison. We scored. There you
Yep.
go.
and just I think it's a lot of fun. I like it. Yeah.
Awesome. So when you're playing, or I'm going to ask you this, what piece of advice do you have if you're speaking to any golfer out there, you're in a room, professionals, hacks, beginners, what's a piece of golf advice that you would give them?
Just that to keep going and just keep throwing that club, and yeah.
I like that. I can get behind the throw on the club. I've done
I'm
that.
pretty good at that
I've done
part.
that before. I've done that. Ellie, what about you? What's a piece of advice that you would give to anybody, maybe just beginning, like thinking about exploring and getting into the game?
Yeah, I'd say like chip and putt as much as you can. I mean, if you have the clubs and you got like 3 golf balls, I mean, it doesn't cost anything to go to a course besides driving there or something. But it doesn't cost anything to go to a course and just chip and putt and, have fun with your friends and stuff like that.
Awesome. Seth, I know we're getting ready to go to break, but talk a little bit. She talked about like it doesn't cost anything for you to go and chip and putt. And I don't think a lot of people know that. I think sometimes you think like when you drive by that course, it's this barrier. And once you walk on, money's going to come out via Venmo or whatever else. Like what is free like that people can do on these public courses?
Yeah. And so first thing is it a public or private golf course?
Right.
We have a lot of great public golf courses here in Lincoln and surrounding area. But as far as free, show up. I'd say almost all of them have a practice putting green or a driving range or practice facility, and it costs $0 to have a ball and a putter or a wedge and chip and putt around their practice green. So.
Awesome. Hey, when we get back, we're going to get a little bit more insight on opportunities, access, and how to make you aware a little bit more of opportunities around the game of golf, but also with our guests. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket, bigger than the score. We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
A Shiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known, but what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
I'm Christy. I used to smoke cigarettes. I had smoker's cough and severe shortness of breath, and I knew I had to quit. Then I tried e-cigarettes, but I just ended up using both. I really didn't start to get better until I quit smoking completely. My tip to you is just cutting down on the number of cigarettes you smoke isn't enough.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
An entire week of celebrating Lincoln's Craft Brewers is just around the corner. October 2nd through the 8th is Lincoln Craft Beer Week. Head to lincoln.org/beer-week for a complete schedule of events at your favorite local establishments. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln, and with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily, and not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow, what about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. You're on with Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and Harrison on the ones and twos. And we've got some fans, some of Zed's fan club out there. So Zed, go ahead and give them a wave. Give them a wave now. Give them a wave. Let them know that they're on. They're on right now. So we got his whole crew out there, and so it's been awesome to see them enjoying and seeing you in your limelight. So we had to ask before: is this your first time on the radio?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be your last. I don't think it's going to be your last at all. We might have you doing some commentary or some other things for, I don't know, a golf channel or one of the upcoming tournaments or something as we go forward. But we're joined here with Scholar Zed. He is a sixth grader at Leffler Middle School.
Yep.
Also need to make an announcement. He is part of the honors cadre over there. And that means he is very, very smart and gifted in a lot of different ways, not just on the golf course. We've got Seth Scholar, who is the PGA Reach and the managing partner. Or did I say managing partner or managing director? Managing director and partner of Nebraska PGA, and out here crushing it and providing opportunities and expanding the game of golf. And then we've got Ellie, who is a senior at Lincoln East High School, University of Nebraska Omaha commit. She has been entirely too modest as we've gone on. But as we go, let's kind of jump off on that real quick. Going to University of Nebraska Omaha for golf, for education and golf.
Yeah.
She's like, school. Oh, yeah. I think I got to declare a major. I don't have to do that till my junior year. What dictated that decision?
So I went on my visit, and the coaches were awesome, and just like the people in the place, it felt safe. That was kind of my biggest thing, other than like my parents always told me, like, if golf goes away just suddenly, would you go here for academics, and would you feel safe here? And I said, yeah. So that was the biggest thing, is it just felt safe. So
great. Well, congratulations on that. A lot of hard work goes into that, and not only making that decision, but opening the door for those opportunities. And that wasn't the only opportunity that you had that presented itself. So again, being modest in a lot of ways. Seth, we kind of skipped over, but who's in your family? Who makes up your group? I want you to give a couple shout outs. I don't want anybody texting you being like, I can't get no love.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that back. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna give me some grief when I get home. But I'm married, got 3 kids. My
Okay.
wife is a LPS teacher. She's a second grade teacher at Wysong Elementary.
Okay, you got to give her if you want. You can say Miss, or you can say her first name as well.
Mrs. Schollard.
All right.
Yeah, Mrs. Schollard, second grade teacher at Wysong. Wolves. Go Wolves.
All right. All right.
I got 3 kids. My oldest is 5. His name's Mason. Middle one is 3. Her name's Hadley. And we got a 10-month-old now. Her name is Kinley. So busy in the Schollard household these days.
Wow. I mean, are you getting any sleep at all?
Not much.
Okay.
I try to go to bed early, and sometimes that doesn't always work out.
Awesome. And Zed, I kind of learned during the break that you had a golf experience with your grandpa, I believe, this summer on a course. So tell me a little bit what that was like.
Yeah, it was fun. So my grandpa lives in Sioux Center, Iowa.
Okay.
And so I don't know if it was in Sioux Center or somewhere near it, but yeah, it was pretty big. I think he goes there a lot of the time because he has played golf for all of his life. So yeah, it was a great opportunity to be with him golfing.
Awesome. And so what was the best part about that course and that experience with your grandpa?
Just showing him that I learned a lot about golfing and from Honors Cadre, and just showing him how good I am at golf.
Awesome. Love that. Seth, going back a little bit about those opportunities and increasing that access and awareness, how do people establish a relationship? A lot of times I ask, why do relationships matter? And I'm going to kind of put a spin on that. How can people form a relationship that matters with the game of golf?
Yeah, I mean, you hear it from Zed, a little bit from Ellie, and again, Ellie's being modest. I watched her grow up and playing team golf, and to see the athlete she's become. It's been pretty fun to watch. She's worked hard to get there. But golf is all about relationships. It's one of my favorite things about the game, right? I mean, it's truly where you get to, go spend some time with your family, meet new people. And it's one of the favorite things that I really do enjoy about golf. But, all of our golf courses have, we represent PGA professionals all across Nebraska. And I'd say almost all golf courses do, whether it's the manager or the teacher there. But, I would encourage people just to reach out, ask questions. If you don't know, if you're not familiar with, what do I do? How do I make a tee time? What's it cost to play golf? Ask somebody, because there's a lot of great opportunities out there to come out and enjoy the game. And golf can be played in many different forms. It doesn't always have to be the traditional, I got to play 18 holes of golf, 9 holes of golf. I mean, you can come out and practice, play that way. There's Top Golf now, simulator golf, and there's a ton of different opportunities to play golf, if you will. So
does Wii Golf count?
Yeah,
because I was crushing it on Wii Golf until I threw that thing off when I didn't have it wrapped around my wrist, and it hit a couple TVs. So
absolutely.
Okay. Ellie, same question. But just for you personally, like, why do relationships matter?
In golf or in life?
Just in life. Why do relationships matter?
Yeah, I mean, everyone needs somebody. I mean, you need a friend, a family member, and yeah, it's just really important to have someone to lean on and trust. And it's awesome because golf has given me those people, and I've been blessed to have a family that just supports me in what I do. And yeah.
Awesome. Zed, a piece of advice. What's a piece of advice that you would give to adults? You had any adult in the room, what's a piece of advice that you would give to them?
Just to understand your if you do you understand your child and youth, and just to become friends instead of separate from them, and just stay connected.
Awesome. I like that inclusiveness and that belonging. You talked on both of those things. So not just, just staying connected, including, but also, staying connected. I love that. Seth, what's a piece of advice that you would give to scholars right now?
Yeah, I would just say, get out, enjoy life a little bit. There's nothing better in connecting with a friend. Making memories together, do the little things. If it's golf related, hey, let's go try this game, right? Like, let's get out there and ask Ellie if she'll go out there and teach us a few things.
Okay.
But I know she does a great job introducing the game to people too. But yeah, my piece of advice is just, make memories, right? Get out there, make friends, and play a little golf. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got me ready to go right now. I'm going to go ahead and sit up. DP's sitting there. He can just run the rest of the day, Harrison. Let's go hit that course, right?
I'd be down. I could learn a few things too, because we were asking before, what level for advice. I'm definitely in that hack level. So if I get some tips, Ellie, I'm curious, if you had to help someone like me who doesn't look like they belong on the golf course, what is one quick tip that you think you could maybe save one stroke off my game?
I'd say if you can putt, don't try and chip.
Ooh,
Putt from
good
the
one.
rough. Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's
Putt
fun.
from the rough.
Texas wedge.
Oh,
Go Texas wedge.
Oh, she was even mentioning Texas in the studio. And we're still gonna keep you. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, and again, 402-464-5685. You guys want golf tips? Honestly, we got a couple
Yes.
of great golfers by the sounds of it. You guys want to ask questions? Feel free to do so.
I was gonna have to say, and Ellie is being very modest. I think I want to get this right. You were the 2022 junior female golfer of the year for the state.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, she's like, yeah. I was. But did you to get that? Did you do any of the Texas chip or the Texas wedge?
Well, only one time, because I like to chip. But
Okay.
for somebody who doesn't know how to chip, just don't try it. It's okay. Get a lesson before you do it.
Awesome. Hey, so what's your most memorable moment? You're getting ready to graduate. You're going to walk across the stage here at Pinnacle Bank in May. You're going to reflect on some things. You're going to have moments. I think there's going to be some tears. But I also know you've had a lot of individuals that have just invested and poured into you. And your dad is your mom's extremely proud. Your grandma, your grandpa's passed, and I know seeing him at games and how proud he was of you. What's going to be a moment that you're going to reflect on and be like, man, this is something that I'm going to carry with me?
So this summer it was a tough summer for me, kind of just golf wise and kind of mental health wise, and I was struggling a lot with my swing, and golfers know how that is. So I was playing in this tournament called Four State. It's where I'm on a team with the other girls from Nebraska, and we play against like other Midwestern states. So I was playing in this match against this girl, and the way matches work is if you win the hole, you get a point. So after 9 holes, we play 18. She had 4 points, and I had 0.
Okay.
So normally you'd say, man, that match is over. Like, she ain't going to make it to 18. So I made it to hole 18. And I remember just on hole 17, I was telling my coach that was helping out with that tournament. I just said, Coach, I'm still here. I made it to hole 17, and I'm going to make it to hole 18. And I made it all the way to hole 18 and ended up tying the match. So that was one of the most memorable moments I think I've ever made. And just afterwards, hugging my four-year-old sister. She came running up to the green, and
Awesome. I'm just sitting here having that's a golf creed moment right there.
It sounds like a movie script.
It's just like, I'm still here. Like, it's
I'm
still here. I almost want to hear this. Like, I've got you. I'm gonna have to go ahead and put that in my repertoire. Awesome. Zed, for you, like, what, to this point, like, what's been a memorable moment for you?
Just getting the furthest drive and spending time with my grandpa, golfing, because I didn't really know golf before Honors Cadre, so it was really nice to golf with him after I knew how to golf. So yeah.
Awesome. You've spoken a little bit about Honors Cadre. Kind of just to those who may not know what that is, give a little bit of a description of what that is. It's run the brainchild of Barb Miller, a colleague of mine, and she oversees that component. And but tell a little bit of what that is, what it means to you.
It's just a community where we can get together and learn more, and get ready for college more. And it's kind of part of Avid, which is a little larger group. And yeah, that's basically it.
Awesome. Fantastic. Seth, before we kind of tie things up, I want you to just share a little bit of like how, you talked about growing the game, Okay. And so we talked about females. Let's just be honest, diversifying the game. Oftentimes, like I go out on the course and, there's not a lot of individuals that look like me. And so in Zed and, you've really committed to, changing that and changing what that looks like. And so what recommendations would you have to individuals who need to take that first step to just kind of experience all the things that these individuals are talking about?
Yeah, we're working every day to try to diversify the game. Like you mentioned, it's always been a predominantly white, male sport, right? But I will tell you, in the last 5 years, not just here locally, but across the country, we've been making strides on and making the game look more like the world. And you're starting to see that, and we're really proud of that. But some advice that I would give is, just don't be afraid to ask. Don't just assume it's not for you. Come on out. We're all friendly people. I promise. We're not going to scare you off or tell you you shouldn't be here, because that's not the case. So come on out. We're friendly people. We're gonna get you plugged in. Ask how you can get involved and how you can play this game. What resources are there available for you to learn, equipment to use? So it's all there for you. Just gotta ask.
Awesome. Ellie, same thing. What would you say to those individuals that are kind of a little bit of scared about stepping into the mix?
Yeah, I mean, golf is a complicated sport. You ask any like mildly experienced golfer, like, ask questions, because I mean, I didn't know until like my parents told me and stuff, or I didn't know until I accidentally like broke a rule or something like that. And like the more you know, the better you're gonna be. So just ask. Nobody's gonna get mad at you for asking a question. Well, anyone with a brain.
Awesome. Zed, what about you? What's a piece of advice you'd have for somebody like myself and Harrison who may be a little apprehensive to get on the course?
Just step in and try and ask, like what Seth and them said. Just ask, and you'll most likely get in. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank all three of you for being here today. Zed, phenomenal scholar at Leffler. Seth, just with the Nebraska PGA Reach. How can people get in touch with you if they're interested?
You can go to our website, nebraskapga.com/foundation, or you can give us a call at our office, 402-489-7760.
Awesome. And Ellie, a UNO commit and a hack champion. So congratulations on that. As we end the show, I think they kind of summed it up, but get out there and golf. Opportunities don't just happen, you create them. And so I think taking the first step is the biggest thing. You're on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score, with Pete Ferguson and Harrison on the ones and twos. We'll see you next week.